Hi everyone, I'm Chyill and welcome back to another Battlerite video. Today we'll be talking about patch 0.13.2 and just discuss a little bit about what are the changes that comes along with this patch. So when this video goes up, the patch should be ready soon, and it brings about the season reset and a few other changes to the rank system, and also a little bit of changes to all the heroes in the game. So let's just get straight into it. So if you look over here, patch 0.13.2, it will arrive on Wednesday, September 20th, blah blah blah. Means it's soon if you're watching this just as the video goes up. Anyway, that's not the important part. It brings about the end of Season 4, so now it's the start of Season 5 with this patch. And there are a few major changes to the ranking system that comes along with this patch. And so if we just take a little read on what they have in store for us. Major changes to the ranking system. Higher leagues will be harder to obtain, and most players will end up in a lower league than before due to the changes. So from what I could gather from their blog posts earlier, is that they are planning to make it so that majority of the players would be around bronze, silver, gold, around there. Right now it is mostly between gold and platinum, and so I think they felt that that's a bit too high. Like they don't want everybody to be around those leagues, but rather a bit nearer the bottom, like, you know, bronze, silver and gold. And so ranks like platinum, diamond, champion will be much harder to obtain than before. Next up, they're also going to remove the contender league, so there's no more contender league anymore at the start, and people will just be playing some placement games, and they will be placed wherever they are placed after those placement games. They will be changing the divisions so that there's only 5 divisions per league, and the win streak bonus has been removed because now there's no longer as many divisions to climb just to get to the next league. So they felt that because there were so many divisions last time that they needed the win streak bonus so that people climbed their ranks faster. And the way that the contender league and all that worked last time was that you climb from the bottom and make your way to the top, so the win streak bonus was very useful for that. But they felt it was too grindy, and so they did away with that system, and now they no longer have the win streak bonus, and it works a bit more like most other ranking systems like in Overwatch and stuff like that, where you just do your placements, you get placed somewhere, and yeah, you just move up and down from there. Of course, in Overwatch there's no divisions and stuff, but and right now this is what they're going with. So furthermore, they also have a rating decay system for the higher ranks. I believe it is Diamond League or above, and they will receive a rating penalty if they have been inactive for a week. So this applies to both solo ratings and team ratings. So if you have any teams, whether 2s or 3s, with all your friends, you have to make sure that you play with them at least once every week just to maintain your rating, which I think is a bit of a grind. Like if you have a lot of friends that you play with and you have a lot of teams, you will be struggling to keep up if you have a lot of diamond and above team ranks. So I'm not sure how that will pan out for a lot of people, because I think with the community being so small all the while, there are a lot of people with a lot of friends because they just play among the same people all the time. And so yeah, like there are plenty of people with plenty of team with you know, whatever league that they have, diamond and above, and so they might be struggling to keep all the ratings above diamond, but we'll see. So right now there are no notifications, but I think eventually they'll try to implement some sort of notifications for people to, hey, come back, you know, your rating is about to drop or something like that. So yeah, with this new season there's also a rating reset, and everyone's rating will be reset, and this is a hard reset, not a soft reset. So before this, if you were placed in platinum the previous season, you'll be most likely placed around platinum in the new season as well. But with this new hard rating reset, everyone's ratings will be completely wiped for ranked, and yeah, so you get a fresh slate. And I think the whole reason for this is so that they can redistribute players to the lower leagues, as you know, like what they said earlier. They also made some changes to the matchmaking, and players will be less likely to encounter same opponents and all that sort of stuff. But those are a little bit minor compared to the rest of the changes that they made for the seasons. So yeah. Moving on, they also have implemented the free rotation system in this patch, and this brings about the weekly free champion rotation for Battlerite Lite and free players. And this rotation consists of 6 champions that rotate every Friday. And so to ensure like all the free players can try out and play the different champions every week, it's pretty common in all free-to-play games. So this is finally done and it's out now. So yeah, with this new system, Battlerite Lite players will have access to a lot more champions a week, since I believe that they have unlocked all the beginner-friendly champions because they are Battlerite Lite players. So yeah, this is quite good news for Battlerite Lite players. And on to the champion updates. Oh man, there are quite a lot of changes. First of all, sprint, that is the speed boost you get while you're mounted, is reduced from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. So that is quite major, but I'm probably not going to go too much detail into that, because the biggest thing about these changes is that melee and projectile attacks now deal 20% bonus damage when hitting someone in the back. So this is quite a big deal, because this means that where you're facing, i.e. where your mouse is pointing, is quite important now. So before, if you were being chased by a melee champion, you can no longer just face away and chase another enemy champion while the melee champion is just hitting you from behind, because you get 20% extra damage from those attacks. So you will need to be facing toward the person that's attacking you while you're chasing someone else, for example. So it's sort of makes it harder, like mechanically, because you need to be aware of where your mouse is positioned, no more just like blindly just moving and not paying attention to where your mouse is, which is okay, I guess, but it also creates a lot of balance issues, because some champions really benefit from this a lot. For example, Croak. So this 20% bonus damage, I feel like it could be a bit too high. Like maybe 10% probably would have been okay. Like 20% is really huge, and I can't really predict like what the end result would be like as a result of this change. But I can only imagine that they will probably be tweaking this quite a bit in the future patches. I'm surprised that they bring out such a big change to how the game works so late in the whole early access thing. Like, they're gonna release free to play soon, and they could have done all these changes earlier on and iterate on that earlier rather than later. But I mean, if it increases the depth of the game, which a lot of people complain that it is quite lacking in terms of depth so far, then I guess it should be okay. But within this season, before the free-to-play launch, I think they should really iterate on it as often as they can and get it right before the free-to-play. I mean, that's my hope at least. I'm pretty sure they will iterate on this, because 20% bonus damage is quite huge to me at least, and certainly it feels like a lot of balance issues will come from there. Moving on, buff queuing has been reworked. So this is another thing that has been asked for by a lot of people. And basically, when you're using Paloma and Odor, for example, when you mouse to someone with Paloma, usually if they're in the middle of casting something, you wait until they finish casting before the other side is applied to your teammate. So right now, there's no longer that waiting time for other side to be applied, for example. So this allows for a lot more of those clutch plays to take place, and so I think that's pretty good as well. After that, they have some champions with some ultimate voice clip, blah blah blah. I think these are not really that important. In terms of the Battlerites, they fixed some inconsistencies, I believe. For example, like Bako, Lucy, and Raygon, like some of their Battlerites reduced the cooldown of some of their abilities, but didn't affect their EX versions. So now they just updated it so that the EX versions have the same cooldown as the base ability as well. So just some very minor things, and I believe these are just also some very minor changes, which I do not really want to go into too much detail of, because I really just want to cover the big stuff like the season reset, the rank changes, and also the melee projectile stuff, and of course the buff queuing. So yeah, pretty exciting patch. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Of course, discuss about like the changes to the backstabbing damage thingy and all those kind of stuff, because that's, I think, probably the most interesting part about this patch. Of course, if you care about rank, then I guess the rank changes will also be quite exciting for you. So yeah, I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I just got back from holiday and I've only just managed to get back into the flow of things and working on my videos again. And so yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, discuss about this topic in the comments below like I mentioned. And until next time guys, have a great day, keep gaming, stay chill, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye bye.